We already know about the incident, but do you even think about the families that are suffering now? Why? Because all this crap on the street? It's not like anybody's making big money. You don't have to go out there and try to be gangster. You're supposed to be a motorcycle club. And now 2 people are dead. Why? Well, there's a lot of animosity, I guess, that was with the clubs. But does patch policing come into play? Maybe. Or does ignorance come into play?
Hollywood, your point on.
Definitely. Because now 2 families actually are missing a father, brother, uncle, had to bury their people. Why? Over a patch? Does that make any sense whatsoever? A patch.
These morons failed. They're hooked on phonics.
Making any dang money. It just blows my mind to the extent that some of these people are going just because they wear a patch. And I know a lot of people that feel the same way. I just hate it when families have to lose somebody over that kind of crap. I was talking about how the younger generation, they really don't care anymore. They're just starting the clubs the way they want to start it, which, hey, by God, this is America. You to do whatever you want. You don't have to ask permission from anybody. In your head, that's cool. That's the way you want to roll. And yeah, a lot of these people are standing up and saying, you know what? I've had enough, man.
Yeah, we rate not taking it anymore.
3-year-old traditions. You got more rules than the freaking U.S. Congress, as I said in one video. So I'm going to do me. But I also think there's another problem. And we're going to be going to this Rock Machine story. Another extradition just happened in this. But I truly believe that a lot of this stuff that is going on out there is because people are going to, and I've said this in the past, people are going to creators and creators are throwing it out of their ass about what protocol is, what protocol isn't.
Talking out their behinds is what they are doing.
Heard personally is like, you know what, you got to be kidding, man. Where are you picking this out of? The air? That's why I always believe that you have to learn from your club. Not only is it regional, but it's local. And a lot of this stuff that people are hearing from the internet, they're taking to heart and bringing it to the streets, man. I get it. There's a hustle. You want to make your hustle, go for it. But stop pulling this protocol crap out of your ass. Because half of the stuff you're saying is freaking blatantly false. But you get these followers that take it 1,000% serious, and now there are issues happening. So we're going to be going into this Rock Machine story, and we're going to go and talk about this a little bit more coming up. Okay, let's get into this news story here. The Rock Machine and the Vagos. Everybody's seen the video. We didn't show it because it was such disrespect for all those involved. Seeing their brother get ran over the way they did, somebody getting shot, it was just unbelievable. And just for clicks, people put the damn video up.
Some people have no Brians.
Doing it professional. It is what it is. That's the internet. That's the age that we live in right now. So let's go to this. Okay, this out of Fox 10 Phoenix. The suspect in the deadly shooting between rival motorcyclists extradited to Arizona booked into jail. Now, when I looked into this story, what I seen was something that turned tragic into even more tragedy. But you got to admit it was a self-defense thing. To me, anyway, that's what it was. You have a guy walking around in the middle of the street with a pistol. So that's what brought this. You could tell the tension was so thick between these two clubs. Now they brief with it a third suspect in a connection, and you got to remember they interviewed all these people, then let them off because you know what, it looked like self-defense. If this was anywhere else, they would have gave him self-defense. Anyway, a third suspect in connection with the deadly shooting between rival motorcyclists have been extradited to Arizona, being arrested in South Carolina. Police say 36-year-old Scott Keeks was shot multiple times. Remember that, shot multiple times. On November 28th by a 53-year-old Job Martinez while they were stopped at a traffic light. Now, that was the Vago shot him. And then what happened was that one of the Rock Machine were behind the brother in a car, and then they plowed over the member of the Vagos. A suspect in the deadly conversation, we already seen that. Now, the backstory, according to them, is the incident happened just before 1 p.m. on November 28th, Phoenix. Now, 1 p.m., I thought it was at night. Wouldn't it be 1 a.m.? I'm just bringing that up. Says officers responded to a motorcycle crash near Interstate 17 and 7th Avenue and found a motorcyclist with multiple gunshot wounds. From what I heard, it was a whole magazine that, well, you notice I said magazine, you know, usually in Chicago we call them clips, but whatever, was emptied on it. Another motorcyclist was found with life-threatening injuries. A third man involved who was driving a car was not hurt, but was at the scene. Both of them were taken to the hospital where they died. Now, the investigators say both motorcyclists were stopped at a red light when one of them opened fire. Quote, a driver of a car nearby saw the man shooting and hit him with his car, causing life-threatening injuries. And then Martinez was identified as the alleged shooter. Again, there's cameras everywhere. Hooked on phonics, I guess, didn't work for anybody to understand this kind of stuff.
How many times really do you have to say it, Hollywood?
Connection with the deadly shooting, 50-year-old Michael Zavala was arrested in South Carolina, has brought back to the Valley to face charges. He was booked on murder and robbery charges. That one, I don't know where the robbery charges came on there. He's being held on $1 million cash bond. And a 37-year-old Nicholas Sheehan was arrested last month and booked into the county jail. That, according again to Fox News 10 by Brent Corrado and the Fox 10 staff. So not only is 2 people dead, there are other people in jail now. And I bet if there wasn't patches involved, these guys would probably be sitting and having a beer. That's what it used to be when it's so amazing, and they're so right. The counterculture of the 60s really brought in some bad stuff, man. That's when everybody went haywire, because everything before that was fists, knives, or chains. It's like, man, maybe we should do a whole turn and go back to that way of thinking. But now they're facing murder charges, robbery charges. You're probably looking at a life sentence with that kind of stuff. So all kinds of families are having some heartache right now. And it's a sad state of affairs that this went down. And hopefully, even though I know it's not going to happen, it'll settle down between clubs. And you can't blame anybody but yourselves when you got all kinds of people. You should see the posts on Facebook from the statements from these cops. Everybody under there. Well, you know, gangs are doing gang stuff, man. You don't want to be a gang. Don't do some stupid crap and, make yourself into the news. Because like I always said, there's cameras everywhere. But it is what it is. We'll see what happens. We'll keep you updated. We've been doing a lot of updates on a lot of the stuff that we've covered in the past. Don't forget to join members only. We put it out there for 99 cents for you guys. Those are the only ones that get Motorcycle Madhouse Monday and Fridays. We do a live, and we do hit the replays for the members only. We'll catch you later. Rock on.
Join the Insane Throttle Members Only Club on YouTube or Spotify and receive exclusive content. Your membership in the Throttle Club helps keep the show going strong.